Ladies and gentlemen, damas and caballeros, a huge reason that people are struggling financially is because of the inability to know the difference between a want and a need. And the reason that people can't tell a difference is not because they're dumb, but it's because society has gotten more and more complex to the point where the difference between a want and a need is becoming less obvious. We ain't cavemen no more. We are the self-proclaimed smartest species on planet Earth. And even though we are the smartest species on planet Earth, it is becoming hard to tell the difference between a want and a need. But as a frugal hombrecito, I know the difference. And so in this video, I want to talk about 15 common necessities that frugal people don't buy because they ain't necessities. And the first thing is an Amazon Prime membership. Now, although Amazon is this evil corporation that is working their employees to death, controlling the entire online market, and not paying taxes, we sort of need them. I mean, Amazon has things that you can't find anywhere else, like a comfortable chicken harness diaper for $23.99. Just buckle up the chicken shit pocket elastic band and you're good to go. Even Walmart doesn't have those things. But although we do need to buy unique things on Amazon every now and then, we don't need to pay $139 for the Prime membership because as long as you spend over $35 on an order, you will get free shipping. Frugal people still use Amazon, but we just don't get the Prime membership because you don't need it. Now, the second thing is anything unnecessarily fast and convenient. Now, since big tech companies have taken over the world, everything has become unnecessarily fast and convenient, like 2-day shipping, grocery delivery, and food delivery. And the truth is, these things haven't made our lives better. They've just made us extremely impatient, antisocial homebodies who are wasting more money. Frugal people don't buy things that are unnecessarily fast and convenient because you don't need things that fast and convenient. Now, the third thing is fiber internet. Now, as the world has become more complex, the idea of what a need is has changed. I mean, before it was just food, water, and shelter. However, now we need things like internet to be part of society. In 2024, having internet is something that people really can't live without. However, you don't need to get extremely fast internet speeds like fiber internet with 1,000 megabits per second, because having these speeds doesn't make your internet fast, it just allows more devices to run at once. Frugal people don't buy extremely fast fiber internet, but we choose a lower megabit per second plan that suits our needs. Now, the next thing is expensive phone plans. Another thing that has become a need in this extremely complex world is having a cell phone plan. In 2024, having a cell phone plan is something that everybody needs to live their lives. However, we don't need these expensive phone plans with Verizon, T-Mobile, or AT&T because there are cheaper, more reliable plans for as low as $15 a month with Mint Mobile. Frugal people choose to go with Mint. A link in the description. Now, the fifth thing is unlimited data. Now, in addition to having a cell phone plan, you also need a cell phone plan with data. I mean, if you were on a very remote road by yourself, and all of a sudden you have a question, you're going to need data to ask Google. However, you don't need unlimited data plans to get an answer for all your questions. I mean, most people just need 5 to 10 gigs of data a month. Mint Mobile, $15 a month. Link in the description. Sorry, I have a cough. But you don't need unlimited data. You do need data, but you don't need unlimited. And if you think you do, you're on your phone way too much. Now, the sixth thing is new cell phones. Now, as I said, in 2024, you do need a cell phone plan. We're not living in the caveman days no more. But although you do need to get a cell phone, you don't need to buy a new cell phone that is extremely expensive because you just go on eBay and buy an older version for substantially less. Cell phones have gotten to the point where there isn't that much difference between the models. So instead of thinking that you need a new cell phone, just save money and buy an older model. Now the seventh thing is organic, gluten-free, free-range, farm-to-table, blah, 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 blah. One thing that is a necessity now, but has also been a necessity since the beginning of time, is food. We all gotta eat, but we don't need food that is organic, gluten-free, free-range, farm-to-table, blah, blah, blah. I'm a hipster. That's just a marketing strategy to increase prices to get gullible hipsters to buy this food thinking that they're making a difference. I think pretty much everyone can agree that the hipsters need to stop. Everything is going up because of them. But frugal people buy food. But we don't buy these fancy words that the hipsters are buying. Now the eighth thing is meat. Now I may be a frugal minimalist, but I still eat meat. I mean, I don't think that eating meat is an evil thing. The meat industry may be, but so is every other industry. You know, capitalism was a very good idea in the beginning, but now that every industry is owned by a handful of corporations, I think maybe we need to rethink this idea a little bit. But eating meat isn't evil in moderation. The problem is that most Americans are eating 2 to 3 times the amount of meat they need every day. We don't need to eat meat for every single meal. Meat is one of the most expensive things at the grocery store. And although frugal people do eat meat, we only eat it in moderation because you only need it in moderation. Now the next thing is single-use bottled water. Now, although all industries are evil, if there's one industry that you shouldn't support, it is the bottled water industry. I mean, the CEO of Nestle said that water is not a human right and should be privatized. Which in my opinion, and I might just be a strange guy, but I think that's a pretty wacky idea. Because when water is public, it is basically free, less than a penny a gallon. But when it's private, it's $3 for 16 ounces. I don't buy bottled water because it's so expensive, but also I don't want to support an industry that is that evil. You need water, but you don't need private water. Now the next thing is supplements. Are supplements beneficial to your health? Well, it depends on who you ask. If you ask a supplement user, you're going to get an extremely intense answer on how it changed their lives. Supplement users are extremely vocal and passionate of all the benefits of supplements, and if you question them, they become extremely defensive. It's kind of like a cult. But if you were to ask a doctor, they would say they're not sure, unless, of course, they're promoting a supplement. Because, you know, they're making money to promote the supplement. But the scientific evidence of supplemental benefits is unclear. However, if you do eat a balanced diet of fruits and vegetables, you're going to get all the nutrients you need. Frugal people don't buy supplements. They just eat a balanced diet. That is, of course, unless they do buy supplements. And those people, you're going to be hearing a lot in the comments section because supplement people are extremely vocal. Now, the 11th thing that frugal people don't buy is paper towels. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the holy grails of the American kitchen, yet one of the most unnecessary items in the kitchen is the paper towel. You don't need paper towels. Well, you might need them if you're making bacon or you're cleaning up your dog's pee. But for everything else, just use rags. It's the frugal way. Now the next thing is an excess of animal stuff. So about 3 months ago, I decided to get a dog, and her name is Star. And I've learned a lot about Star these past few months. Some things she enjoys is that she likes to play fetch. She likes dinner time, and she loves her father. And if she gets those 3 things, she's a happy camper, my baby angel. And I think that rings true for all animals. However, so many people will spend so much money on dog stuff, thinking they need an excess of stuff to be happy. All dogs need is your love in order to be happy, and of course, the occasional peanut butter. That's all they need to be happy. Love and peanut butter, just like us human beings. But frugal people don't buy an excess of dog stuff because they know that all their pet needs is just love in order to be happy. Now the next thing is work lunch. Now, I don't have a real job. I've had a real job, but I haven't had one for a while. I just sit down and contemplate life all day and talk to a camera. But what I understand about people that do have jobs is normally they go somewhere and by 12 get hungry and then go out to get food. And that's expensive. I mean, if you do that every day, 5 days a week, that is $75 a week. You need to eat, but you don't need to eat out at a restaurant every single day. Frugal people just bring their lunch to work. Now the 14th thing is tips. Let me tell you a wild story, ladies and gentlemen. The other day, I went to go get coffee at a coffee shop here in Atlanta, and I paid $6 for the cup of coffee. And then they asked for a tip, and on top of that, they asked if I wanted to donate to charity. True story. Not only did the coffee shop want me to pay their employees, but they also wanted me to solve the world's problems. And I was just an innocent person trying to get an overpriced cup of coffee. But in today's world, everybody wants a tip to the point where it seems like you need to tip people. But you can get around this just by paying in cash. Frugal people tip the people that have been tipped for a long time, but they avoid tipping these other people and paying cash because you don't need to tip these people. Now the final thing is debt. Now the final necessity that frugal people don't buy because it's not a necessity is debt. And sure, there might be some instances where you need to take on debt in order to afford something, like buying a house or buying a car. However, most cars are cheap enough to afford to pay in cash if you get a used one. And frugal people don't buy or don't take on debt because it's not needed in life. And those are the 15 common necessities that frugal people don't buy because they ain't necessities. And with that, muchas gracias, que tengan un buen día. Nos vemos, chicos.